I'm Sonora C.
And I'm Cristian L.
And we will be performing a scene from A Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry.
I came over. I had some free time. I thought I might help with the packing. I love the look of packing crates. A household in preparation for a journey. It depresses some people, but for me it is another feeling. Something full of the flow of life, do you understand? Movement, progress. It makes me think of Africa.
Africa.
What kind of mood is this? Have I told you how deeply you move
He
me?
gave away the money, Asagai.
Who gave away what money?
The insurance money. My brother gave it away.
He gave it away.
He made an investment with a man even Travis wouldn't have trusted with his most worn-out marbles.
And it's gone.
Gone.
And you? Now?
Me. Me. Me, I'm nothing. Me. When I was very small, we used to take our sleds out in the winter time. And the only hills that we had were these ice-covered stone steps down the street. And we used to fill them in with snow and smooth them down and just slide down them all day. It was dangerous, you know, far too steep. And sure enough, one day this kid named Rufus, he slid down way too fast and he hit the sidewalk and his face just split open right there in front of us. And I remember standing there thinking and looking at his bloody open face. That was the end of Rufus. But then the ambulance came and they took him to the hospital and they fixed up his broken bones and they sewed him up. And the next time I saw Rufus, he just had a little line down the middle of his face. And I never got over that.
What?
That was what one person could do for another. Fix him up, sew up the problem. That was the most marvelous thing in the world to me, and I wanted to do that. This was being God.
You wanted to be God.
No. I wanted to cure. It used to matter. I wanted to cure, and it used to matter, and I used to care.
And you stopped caring?
Yes. I think so.
But why?
Because it doesn't seem deep enough. Close enough to what ails mankind. It was a child's way of seeing things, or an idealist.
Children see things very well. An idealist even better.
I know that's what you think. Because you are still where I left off. With all your talk about Africa, you still think you can patch up the world. You think you can cure the great sore of colonialism with the penicillin of independence.
Yes!
Independence, and then what? What about all those thieves and crooks who come to power and they plunder and steal the same way as before? Only now they're going to be black and they're going to do it in the name of new independence. What about them?
That will be the problem for another time. First, we must get there.
And when does it end?
End? Who even spoke of an end? To life? To living?
An end to misery. To stupidity. Don't you see, Asagai? There is no real progress. It's just one big circle that we march around. Around and around with our own little picture in front of us. Our own little mirage of what we think is in the future.
That is the mistake.
What?
What you just said. About the circle. It isn't a circle, it's merely a long line. As in geometry, one that reaches into infinity. And because we cannot see the end, we also cannot see how it changes. And it is very odd, but those who see the changes, those who dream, we call them the idealists. And those who only see the circle, we call them the realists.
Asagai, when I was sleeping in that room in there, people went out and took my future out of my hands. And nobody asked me. Nobody consulted me. They just went out and changed my life.
Was it your money?
What?
Was it your money he gave away?
It belonged to all of us.
But did you earn it? Would you have had it at all if your father had not died?
No.
Then isn't there something wrong in a house? In a world where all dreams, good or bad, must depend on the death of a man? I never thought to see you like this, Alayo. You! Your brother made a mistake. And you are grateful so that now you can give up the ailing human race on account of it. You talk about what good is struggle. Why are we all here? Why are we bothering? Where are we going?
And you cannot answer it!
I live the answer. In my village at home, it is the exceptional man who can even read a newspaper or whoever sees a book at all. I will go home and much of what I will have to say will seem strange to the people of my village. But I will teach and work. And things will happen slowly and swiftly. And at times it will seem that nothing changes at all. And then sudden, dramatic events which make history leap into the future. And then quiet again. Retrogression, even guns, murder, revolution. And I will have moments when I wonder if that quiet was not better than all this hatred and violence. And I will look about my village at the illiteracy, ignorance, and disease, and I will not wonder long. And perhaps I will be a great man. I mean, perhaps I will always hold on to the substance of truth and find my way with the right course, always. And perhaps for it, I shall be butchered in my bed some night by the servants of empire. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Stop moaning and groaning and tell me what you plan to do.
Do?
I have a bit of a suggestion.
What?
When it is all over, that you come home.
Oh, Asagai, you choose this moment to be a romantic.
My dear young creature of the new world, I do not mean across the city. I mean across the ocean. To Africa.
To Africa?
Yes. 300 years later, the African prince rose up out of the seas and swept the maiden back across the passage over which her ancestors had come.
To Nigeria?
Nigeria. Home. I will show you our mountains and our stars. And I will give you cool drinks from gourds and teach you the old songs and the ways of our people. And in time, We will pretend that you have only been away for a day. Say that you'll come.
Oh, you got me all mixed up.
Why?
Well, there's just too many things. There's too many things to think about. I need to sit down and I need to think. I don't know what I feel about anything right at this moment.
All right. I shall leave. No? Don't get up. Just sit a while and think. Never be afraid to sit a while and think. How often have I looked at you and thought, so this is what the new world has finally wrought.